Crypto is dead. You've probably heard that 100 times. Every time prices crash, every time the news turns negative, every time someone loses money, people say the same thing. Crypto is finished. But here's the strange part. While most people are saying crypto is dead, some people in the United States are quietly buying more. Not influencers, not hype traders, but serious investors. So what do they know that you don't? Is crypto actually dying? Or is this just another moment before something big happens? Let's break it down. In this video, we're going to look at crypto in the United States in 2026, what's really happening behind the scenes, why big institutions are getting involved, the risks that most beginners ignore, and most importantly, whether it still makes sense for you to invest. No hype, no complicated jargon, just simple, clear truth. Let's start with what everyone remembers, the crashes. Crypto has gone through multiple cycles, massive hype, explosive growth, and then brutal crashes. Billions of dollars wiped out, people losing savings, headlines everywhere calling it a scam. And honestly, for a lot of beginners, it felt exactly like that. But here's what most people miss. Every time crypto crashes, it doesn't disappear. It resets. Weak projects die, hype fades away, and the strongest ideas survive. This has happened again and again and again. And in 2026, we're seeing the same pattern. Crypto didn't vanish, it evolved. Behind the scenes, developers are still building, companies are still investing, and the infrastructure is getting stronger. But the biggest shift is who is entering the market now. Earlier, crypto was dominated by retail investors, regular people, traders, speculators. But now, the game is changing. Institutions are entering, and not just small ones. Major financial giants like BlackRock and Fidelity are actively involved in crypto. And these companies manage trillions of dollars. Think about that for a second. Trillions. These are not people chasing hype. They don't gamble. They analyze. They plan long-term, and they only enter markets they believe will grow. So when this kind of money starts flowing into crypto, it changes everything. It increases credibility, it attracts more investors, and it slowly stabilizes the market. But there's something else happening at the same time, something that scares a lot of people. The United States government is paying very close attention to crypto. Regulators are stepping in, rules are being created, and agencies like the Securities and Exchange Commission are trying to control how crypto operates. And at first glance, this looks like bad news, because people think regulation will kill crypto. But that's not entirely true. In fact, regulation can actually make crypto stronger. Because right now, one of the biggest problems in crypto is uncertainty. People don't know what's allowed, what's legal, what's safe, and that keeps big investors away. But when clear rules are introduced, it creates confidence, and confidence attracts capital, which means more money enters the market. Now, of course, there's a balance. Too much regulation can slow down innovation, but smart regulation can make the system safer for everyone. So instead of asking, is regulation bad? The better question is, will it make crypto more stable in the long run? So with all this risk, why are people still investing in crypto? The answer is simple: opportunity. Crypto has created some of the biggest financial gains in modern history. Early investors in Bitcoin and Ethereum made life-changing money, and that kind of opportunity doesn't disappear easily. But here's the difference in 2026. People are smarter now. They've seen the crashes, they've experienced losses, and they've learned from mistakes. So instead of blindly investing, many are taking a more calculated approach. They diversify, they research projects, They focus on long-term growth, and most importantly, they manage risk because they understand something crucial. In crypto, you don't need to win every time. You just need to survive long enough to catch the right opportunity. Now let's talk about the part most people ignore, the risks, because crypto is still one of the most volatile markets in the world. Prices can rise fast, but they can fall even faster. A coin can go up 100% and then crash 70% in a matter of days. And for beginners, this is dangerous because emotions take over. Fear, greed, panic. These emotions lead to bad decisions, buying at the top, selling at the bottom, falling for scams, following hype, and losing money. And that's exactly how most people fail in crypto, not because crypto is bad, but because they don't understand how to navigate it. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine someone in the US invests $1,000 into crypto. They see prices rising, they get excited, they invest more. Then suddenly, the market drops hard. They panic and sell everything at a loss. A few months later, the market recovers, and they realize they sold at the worst possible time. This happens more often than you think, and it's not about intelligence, it's about psychology. So what's the smart way to approach crypto in 2026? First, never invest money you can't afford to lose. This is rule number 1. Second, focus on strong, established projects, not random coins trending on social media. Third, think long-term, because short-term trading is extremely difficult, and most beginners lose. Fourth, stay informed. Understand what you're investing in. And finally, control your emotions, because in crypto, your biggest enemy is not the market, it's your own decisions. So, is crypto in the US still worth it in 2026? The answer is yes, but only if you approach it the right way. Crypto is not a guaranteed path to riches. It's a high-risk, high-reward environment, and success depends on how you play the game. You can follow hype and lose money, or you can think like an investor and give yourself a real chance to win. In the end, the opportunity is still there, but the question is, will you approach it wisely or repeat the mistakes of everyone else? Your choice.